go, 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 yeah, go say yeah. My Santa.
Merry Christmas, guys. It's that time of year again, of course. So do you remember my review of Tokyo Godfathers from last year? There's something I said about Christmas shows. Let's take a look at that, shall we?
So when the camera girl and I are thinking of what to do for a Christmas show, we decided to scour the world of anime for Christmas-related episodes.
It turns out I'm actually a huge dumbass. On the Christmas '09 episode, somebody commented by saying that I could have just watched a show called My Santa.
I can't believe I spent 2 months scouring the internets for any kind of Christmas-themed anime when all it took was putting the word Santa into any anime database.
This is Itsudatte, my Santa.
Itsudatte, My Santa is about a guy who was a kid, lost faith in Santa Claus because his parents were constantly away and he never got any gifts. As an adult, this made him a cold, off-putting individual who no longer believes in the power of miracles.
Believe in miracles, and they will know your feelings.
Also, his name is Santa.
I was born on December 24th and was given the name Santa because of it. Are you happy now?
Nice job scarring your kid for life, guys. I'm sure the bullies at school had a field day with that one. Suddenly, on Christmas Eve, a sexy young palette swap of Naru from Love Hina shows up, claiming to be Santa Claus himself.
Whoa! Santa got a personal trainer. And a sex change.
The long and short of it is, Santa Claus isn't one individual person, but rather a network of individuals with magical powers who are stationed strategically across the globe, spending their time giving presents to good little kids and spreading holiday cheer. And of course, Tokyo Santa happens to be a hot, slightly underage woman. This is the fuckiest idea I've ever heard. So this Santa girl, Mai, spends a good chunk of time trying to convince Santa of the good of Christmas, with Santa being an emo pissant the whole time. During her attempts to cheer Santa up, we find out the extent of Mai's magical powers. She's able to conjure up any object beginning with the syllable Sa.
Sunset's gone!
Why?
Because it starts with
Sunset's
San,
gone!
and I got more. Sankaku Jogi, Sanchuo, Sankai no Chinmi, and a Sanbaline.
She uses these abilities to their fullest extent during the stalking of Santa everywhere he goes, from an alleyway to an arcade to a photo shoot where she riles up a pack of obsessive nerds.
Oh my god! It's a cross-section of my audience.
In all the confusion, Santa accidentally crushes the cake of some gang leader, and Mai uses her powers to defend him with slapsticky results. This is really all what My Santa is about. Cheap sight gags and physical humor. Its zaniness is occasionally funny, but it revolves around one joke and it overstays its welcome very quickly. So after we get gratuitous shots of underage TNA, Santa receives a letter from his parents. Dear Santa, here's a picture of a bunch of kids that aren't you. Merry Christmas! It turns out Santa's parents have spent something like 15 years straight in some shithole country taking care of underprivileged kids, leaving Santa to grow up with his grandma. And despite this, Santa continuously cries about being alone for his whole life. Okay, sure, your parents are gone and that sucks, but you've never even met them and instead you've been with your grandma your whole life. She's your parental figure, numbnuts! What, she doesn't count because she's too old or something?
I'm always alone.
Even with your parents gone, you are clearly not alone. Shut up!
You're a little small for me, but at least I'm here with a girl.
Why do you have to be so rude? I might look like this now, but I can still be a great Santa when I need to!
Bust size somehow is a part of how good of a Santa you are? What the fuck?
Why is looking beautiful such a big part of being a Santa? Like, isn't the real Santa Claus really ugly by beautiful lady standards?
This is even mentioned earlier in the shower scene.
Models. Besides, who'd want to gawk at your underdeveloped figure?
Hey, watch it! I look like this now because I don't have enough magic.
Why does having a developed figure have anything to do with the amount of magic you possess? What kind of messed up magical system is this? Santa's high school crush is brought up for a few seconds, but with a change in topic so drastic it would break your neck, Mai suddenly starts talking about the birth of Jesus Christ and the true meaning of Christmas from a religious Christian's point of view.
Actually celebrating are the birthdays of you and Christ. You see all the lights of the city? Tonight, they're illuminated over people who are all celebrating this special evening. These people gather and look to Jesus like a shining light, spreading hope from home to home.
Wait. When did Mai turn into a televangelist?
Magic? Give me a break. Aren't you old enough to know the difference between fantasy and reality? Because I'm starting to think you're a little crazy. All this Santa magic you talk about, it doesn't exist in the real world.
And you still doubt her? Listen, buddy, you just saw her summon a parade of line dancers, a truck full of fish, and an entire party exclusively for you, and you still doubt that she has magic powers? Santa rushes over to his friend's house, where he finds a gang of his classmates celebrating both Christmas Eve and his birthday. Yeah, man, we just never invited your own birthday party for like the last 10 years. We just figured you'd prefer that way, man. We sure do. Having been rejected from his own birthday party, Santa runs back to Mai, with his teeth welded together and his mouth awkwardly shifted to the middle of his right cheek. He gives Mai a smooch, which grants her enough magical power to activate a Sailor Moon transformation sequence! As a fully empowered agent of the Santa Consortium or whatever the fuck, Mai offers to bring Santa along with her on her trip to deliver gifts. He tastes like sherbet. In an extreme amount of cheesiness, Mai brings Santa to the poor village where his parents are in order to let him see them for the first time in his life. He discovers they're too busy taking care of tons of children and try to call him in vain on Christmas Eve. Hey, turn around! I'm right here! Don't make me take your fucking phone call and get her with roaming charges! The special ends with an overly sappy montage of all the Santas on their mission, along with stills of sleeping children.
All the beautiful children of the world, you've been very good this year.
Beautiful children? You call these kids beautiful? Okay, I'm not a complete stickler regarding physical looks or anything, but look at this kid. His gigantic gut makes up 80% of his total mass. And look at this chick down here. Is she giving us the finger? Are these kids really the epitome of beauty?
I am beautiful in every single way. Words can't keep me down. No, no, no.
So the eternal army of Santas rides off into the night and Santa gets a giant mouthful of Mai's tits. Then the credits roll.
Well, that was pretty saccharine. And they made another episode of this special. Yeah. 6 months later. On a beach. With a lolly. And gangs.
The show completely switches gears, taking place during the hottest days of summer. Apparently as shown by the next episode montage after the credits of the first part, Mai used up all of her magic goofing around with Santa and was stuck in Tokyo, so she just decided to live with him. For 6 months! You can tell the animation and writing team got horrendously lazy here. Everything uses the exact same cells from the first episode, only slightly modified to suit the new location. Just look at this!
Wow, can you believe kids today?
That's right. From the police arrest scene, to laughing at Santa for his ridiculous name scene, to the confrontation with the gang carrying foodstuffs scene, everything is reused. We're introduced to Mai's lolly sister, Mai Mai. She heralds the coming of Sherry, a higher class Santa than Mai. Sherry arrives from appearing inside a massive pillar of water flooding the beach.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Because that's a force at all.
Apparently training Santas works a lot like Harry Potter with an Academy of Magic and all that other crap, and Mai has consistently failed her classes, while Sherry has already graduated. They end up getting into an utterly ridiculous magic battle on the beach, consisting of them running around aimlessly and conjuring up random items. Eventually, Mai seals Sherry within a large glass box.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
They end up eating some of the crunchiest watermelon in the world, and apparently they must have grabbed Japan's entire stock because they never stop eating. Just watch the scene and notice how much they go through.
Live next to each other. Of course, our parents were friends, which means we spent a lot of time together. I'm just working at my own pace. Which is slower than Christmas. Let me ask you something. Why are you so underdeveloped from top to bottom? Why is it that you can't produce anything but objects that start with songs?
God! Mai's called back to school, but she's given a bit of extra time to say her goodbyes. 6 months of extra time, in fact. So she spends a full year from the beginning of the first episode dicking around with Santa. In order to help facilitate Mai's return, Sherry helps to try and get Santa and Mai alone with each other so Mai can admit her true feelings to Santa before they break it off. Of course, Sherry somehow ignores the fact that Mai's been living under the same roof as Santa for 6 months before her arrival. Hey, Sherry? Yeah, I think they've already gotten past the awkward crush stage. And Sherry wastes another 6 months trying to accomplish this, up until the next Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's snowing. But I guess it is December already. This year has flown by. Where's the time gone?
It went into a shitty comedy montage. So while Mai plays Halloween widescreen Space Invaders, Sherry arranges for a big romantic date for the lovely couple to get together for. Of course, this means Santa's blowing off his friends from last year and their birthday party, which was also for him, which he said he wouldn't skip again. The date ends up being a bust, though, and we end up seeing more Sailor Moon transformation sequences! So Sherry and Mai can stop time for a little while and let the young couple have their final goodbyes uninterrupted. Okay, this is really starting to get over the top in the cheesy factor. The final montage of the show is another palette swap of the first episode's ending with a sleigh ride, only featuring an untransformed Mai this time around. No, we did that one already. Fuck off. There's another next episode sequence after the credits, but it's pretty clear that it's just a joke, because Itsudatte My Santa only has 2 parts. In fact, the featured third part seems a lot cooler than the shit I just watched. What the fuck? I want to watch that show, not this crap! I get the humor of making a fake next episode segment, but don't make it blatantly better than your actual content.
So that's Itsudatte My Santa. It's kind of retarded, but what did you expect from Japan's take on Santa Claus?
It's got a lot of flash, a lot of noise and bluster, but at the end of the day it just kind of fizzles out into a forgettable experience. That's Christmas for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this year's SFO Christmas special. Make sure to keep caught up because I got a lot more cool stuff coming up in 2011.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this?
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Merry Christmas. Oh.
What the fuck? Holy shit!
Oh my god. It's so cold.